in many cases, mimicry is the first step towards progression. You mimic somebody who does something well, a master of an art, and only after you understand the technicalities and you've mimicked them to the degree where you've improved drastically can you put your own spin on things. As a premise, I'm going to talk about what I'm eating, not because I want you to mimic what I'm doing. If you want to perform how I perform and look how I look and do what I do, then go ahead. But I don't want you to do that. I want you to do better. And I really mean that. My meal could be even better. So as a premise, let's start there. Okay? My whole life could be better. Don't be the same as us, be better than us. So, why am I eating this? Having said that, why am I eating this? What do we got on the menu today? Well, we have, as our major source of protein, 2 pounds of grass-fed ground beef, okay? In the pan, there's some rice and there's some salmon skin on top because we had some salmon left over. You have to be resourceful. So, why 2 pounds of red meat? Holy shit, Shane, your cholesterol, your LDL cholesterol is going to be through the roof and you're increasing your risk for heart disease. Well, not necessarily. Red meat is absolutely chock full of vitamins, from B vitamins to iron, among many others, and it's got a lot of protein, right? So the major thing, and not to mention carnitine, which shuttles fatty acids, right? We don't need to talk about that, but helps you burn fat. Creatine, which is a big energy thing, as we know. And without getting into pathways, the point is there are many benefits to eating red meat. However, would I have this every day? Absolutely not. Then it would increase my risk for developing cardiovascular disease, coronary artery disease, and so on. In moderation, right? It's good for you, but overkill of anything isn't good. You shouldn't have red meat every single day. And so most days, as my protein source, I opt for something like salmon or any other fatty fish, like mackerel, tuna, or herring, things like that. Typically it's salmon, that's the more common one that I can find, right? And it is great for you. But eggs are a great source. Chicken, grilled chicken, lean pork chops, right? Turkey breast, not cold cuts, typically processed. So that's why I have the red meat. It is my major source of protein here. So how much protein and why? So there's 21 grams per serving, all right? So this, by the way, is 100% grass-fed beef, 90% lean. Right? So it's good stuff. If you had processed meat, that makes all the difference. It doesn't hold a candle in terms of the health benefits. Once you process anything, it loses a lot of its nutritional value. And that's why we say have things you could find in nature. If I were to kill the cow, I have it right here. At least part of it. Right? So, how many grams in total? It ends up being, what did we say? It's 4 servings. So that's 84. It's like 168 grams of protein, right? Between the 2 pounds that I have here. So I weigh about 225. And, we look for anywhere from 0.68 to 1.23 grams per pound of body weight if trying to build muscle and burn fat simultaneously. Now, I'm happy with, I am happy, I'm not satisfied, right, with the shape of it, but I'm happy. And the reason I say that is because I could have a little more protein. I'm not just, worried about the whole cutting phase thing, but I want to maintain lean mass, right? So the point is I'll have, over a gram per pound, or at least I need a gram. I typically I don't fully count anything. I just listen to my body and I gauge when I'm in that ballpark. And if I feel like I need some more protein, I always have things like BCAAs, right? Like we talked about yesterday, along with B vitamins. Spoiler alert, you don't need them unless you don't have enough protein, right? Or unless you just want more protein for the purpose of building muscle. You find BCAAs in food. They're in this red meat, right? So that is why we have the meat. Why is it covered in rice? Why do I have rice? Well, we opted for brown rice. It has some good soluble fiber. We want to feed the gut bacteria. And we also want to replenish glycogen stores. I can't just have no carbs, right? I mean, I could. It would be tough to have good energy during anaerobic exercise where I'm going nuts and I don't have enough fuel to burn, right? Say I'm low on my glycogen stores. Well, we have something like creatine that can pick up the slack to a degree, right? But it's healthy to replenish those carb stores, right? Soluble fiber also is digested more slowly, right? It promotes the slow absorption of carbohydrates and hence improves the efficiency at which we do so. More soluble fiber. Blueberries. Didn't see those in the big there. Pull that shit out of the blue. I didn't mean the pun. Blueberries. Blueberries are phenomenal. They are one of the best fruits you can eat. Do you know that? Berries in general enhance cognition. They have soluble fiber. And blueberries are extremely low on the glycemic index. I think this whole pack is like 6 grams or something. Really, it's unbelievable. But, does it tell us? No, should be illegal. But, they also have tons of antioxidants. Pterostilbene is one of them, spelled with a silent P in the beginning if you want to look it up. Very powerful antioxidant, so obviously good for heart health, brain health, pretty much every organ in the body, combating free radicals, aka reactive oxygen species. Right? So those are great. Why do I opt for blueberries? I think they're delicious, one. 2, they're also one of the few foods that have been shown to enhance cognition, and notably in the elderly. But I swear, when I eat blueberries, I feel some sense of focus, just alertness come on. And it's also because there's a little bit of sugar in there too, right? But there's something to be said, improving blood flow to the brain, things like that, right? So blueberries are absolutely fantastic, especially if you're a little bit older. Maybe make them your primary fruit, or at least berries. Avocados are incredible as well. And we don't have one tonight, but we will have one in the coming days. Kefir. Why kefir? Unsweetened, right? You look, there's no added sugar, right? There are 9 grams of sugar, but there's no added sugar. Now, if you can't see it, take my word for it. Look up the label if you want, if you think I'm full of shit. But we have nothing with added sugar. There is plenty of sugar in the foods we find in nature that are naturally sweet. We don't need any more, right? And kefir's chock full of probiotics. So aside from gut bacteria, and we talk about the benefit of improving your gut health all the time, right? From affecting your mood to improving nutrient absorption and all sorts of things. It also serves another important purpose in my meal here. It's my only other strong source of protein, really. I have a few little pieces of salmon that I had left over, but if I was at 168, like I said, I don't typically count, I go ballpark, but, this is what it ends up being, and there's a reason my intuition told me to do this, I'm sure. Know your body, right? You learn that over time. If you feed your body shit all the time, you're not going to know it well at first, so it's going to give you false signals, so you can't trust that when you start eating healthy for the first time. That's a big thing, right? So give it a little time, right? And at first count things and, force yourself to eat those things. Eventually your body will just crave those things, right? So we only have a little more protein. So say with this and the salmon, I'm around 200. Now I want at least 1 gram per pound, right? So this also, I drink a whole thing, right? It has some good carbohydrates, of course. What is it? 9 grams, doesn't have fiber, but, we get a few more carbs for the stores. But most importantly, 10 grams of protein a serving, and there's 4 servings in here. So I get another 40 grams of protein. That puts me over my body weight. That puts me in that safe zone where I can continue to build muscle. I won't feel starving after. Protein leaves you feeling satiated, right? Or full. So that's the big thing with the kefir, right? Really, the probiotics are probably the best benefit from that. We have a salad, of course, an entire thing of spring mix, right? So what's on top of that salad are pistachios, shelled pistachios, and of course, a bunch of extra virgin olive oil. Because the fats in the olive oil and the pistachios, they have healthy fats as well. Not to mention pistachios have melatonin, relatively high melatonin content, which can be a decent thing at night, right? Now, we don't want anything right before bed, typically, at least a large meal, right? We're not optimizing hormone production at night. We're not recovering properly. If our body has to focus on digestion, we prefer not to eat close to bed. And that's also why I'm eating all of this before I work out tonight. I haven't worked out yet today. Worked like 12 hours. We worked hard. But that doesn't count. That's just something you have to do every day. The day starts after work, right? So we're eating now, and then we're going to go to the gym in a little bit here and get to bed as early as possible, right? But I didn't want to eat close to bed is why we're doing this now. So that's also worth mentioning, I think. Dark leafy greens. Again, more soluble fiber. We're seeing a theme here. I have a lot of soluble fiber. You gotta feed your gut, guys. Evolutionarily, we used to eat 100 grams more fiber in a day than is even the daily recommendation today of around 28 grams a day. Used to be around 128. Our ancestors were foraging, they were hunting. Let's eat like them, let's feel better, right? Common sense. So we obviously have a ton of vitamins, a bunch of antioxidants, from vitamin K to catechins to vitamin C to B vitamins, all sorts of vitamins. We don't need to really talk about that, right? Carotenoids, anything that has some pigment that is vegetable typically has them, fruits as well too. But they are also exercise performance enhancers, so it makes for a pretty good thing to have before my workout. They have nitrates in them, which are converted into nitric oxide, vasodilating amino acid, opening the blood vessels, as we've said so many times here at One Wellness, but if you're new to it, we'll say it again. Improving blood flow to all your tissues, delivery of oxygen, nutrients, and all this good stuff that I'm eating with it, right? My food's getting cold, so I gotta wrap this up. Lastly, we have cherries. Aside from being relatively high in vitamins A, C, K, minerals like magnesium, potassium, calcium. There's electrolytes, right, which make a great pre-workout thing too. Also a soluble fiber. And you know a fun fact about Bing cherries? They're actually good for people with gout. They help to degrade uric acid crystals, or at least reduce the buildup of uric acid. I have to look exactly at the mechanism again, but they are good for people with gout, right? That get those tophi, that buildup of uric acid, and typically happens in like the big toe, right? So that's a fun little fact too. Before we go, happy birthday, Zach Finch. Before we talk about him, let's say hi to some homies on here so we don't make you guys wait around. But if you want to stick around to hear about Zach, you go right ahead. Edmore 922, how you doing, my friend? Nomad Sniper 671. Wandering Murderer Sniper, how you doing, my friend? Sweetie Darling, I love that name. Claudio Freveri, how you doing? Abrenda 99. Ikata Duela, what's happening? Thank you guys for hopping on. W-Tang, I hope that's for Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang, Wu-Tang. Ivan 818, how you doing? Grump Menzo, what's happening? CL Rigo.
Carrie, what is going on, girl? Carrie Charlevoix, how you doing? Charlevoix, whatever. You know you, I know you, and I know that you know that I know you. Koa DN Maxis! Wait a minute, what's up, man? OG. Jose Vega, how you doing, my friend? Orthopta. Justinian Maximiliano. Rookie Lookie. I like that. Garrett Schofield, what's going on, my friend? Related to Jeff Schofield? Damn it, Daryl. Damn it, Daryl. Thanks for tuning in. Jay Greasy Jr., Gabrielle Bount, how you doing? Ramon PK 245, Josue 30, what's going on? Or Josue. Alexa, how are you? Alexa 156. CW Lavero, what's up, my man? How you doing? Thanks for hopping on. Polyhedron Photo 123, what's happening? Junior Gennaro Alvarez, Lucid Dreamer. What's going on? Lucid Dreamer. Josh Winter 87, how you doing? Brandon Malone, you're hilarious. D. Silves, thank you. Hair by Clint. I could use a haircut, so I hope you're good, Hair by Clint. Come see me. Faraz 70, what's happening? Cal Pokes, 1978. Sean Cole, Timothy S. Wells, you guys, I hope you're having a fantastic day. Michelle, what's up, girl? How you doing? You never fail to make it on here. God bless. I'll see you tomorrow at work. Really tired at like 7 a.m. So 7:30, I guess. We have patient 7:50, so I guess we'll be there early. Whatever. See you then. Young Trust, D-Dub Knock. How you guys doing? So, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Zach Fitch. Happy birthday, Zach. I hope you had a great day. You're a great dude. You're a stand-up guy. Zach has his shit together. Always has, the whole time through Palmer. You always got it done in the classroom, on the field. It's true, man. That's really what I think of when I think of you. I think of a guy that, I'll see every now and then. I'll see a rugby practice, but I'll see every now and then. And the reason it's every now and then is because you're always doing something. You're not wasting time, and you're a family man. You have kids, beautiful kids, and wife, and beautiful family. That just seems like it's going to keep on growing and growing. God bless you, brother. Many people say there aren't enough hours in the day, but it seems you defy that fact. So this one is absolutely forever your day in the book of Went Wellness. Happy birthday. Hope you're doing great. How many calories a day do I consume? Jonathan, that's a great question. Probably 5,000, maybe 6. It depends on the day, to be honest with you. Like if I didn't work and if I had off and it was a Sunday and I just went to the gym, it's different. Maybe I'll have like 3,500, if I'm working all day, 12 hours, I burnt a lot of calories and I go through an insane workout. Maybe I'd have 5,000, maybe 6,000. If I went to work all day and then I came home and I said, okay, I'm just going to do like a moderate intensity workout, which I always end up going pretty ham just because I'm already there at that point. Then maybe I would have around 4, something like that. I have no snacks. These are my snacks. These are snacks. I mean that. I have no crackers, chips. I'd only drink water, kefir, black coffee, black tea. I am very strict in that regard. Not because I'm per se anal about it, because that's what I enjoy, to be honest with you. The best cheat meal, type dessert would be like a double cheeseburger, triple cheeseburger for me, like that's the stuff that I like a fat steak, with salt and, that would be
my type of cheat thing, you know. What else do we got? How long you been going at it to get in that condition? These are good questions. Well, with the fasting or the exercise, yeah, it is bum. In terms of the exercise, since I was like 11, and I'm not like, oh, you're like, oh, well, good luck. I've been doing this for, 19 years, 20 years. I would say if you adopt this lifestyle, and you're really strict about the fasting and making sure you're getting your protein, working out really hard every day, you could make leaps and bounds in 3 months. Like, really, really change a lot. So, being honest, I think that's true. I think a year from now, you'd be a totally different person. Totally. I mean, people wouldn't recognize you. So, now that goes more for men. If it was women, I can't really tell you, unless you're postmenopausal, I can't tell you to fast over 18 hours. Because the hormonal effects in women, different than in men. We don't have to deal with that. If anything, fasting is going to boost our growth hormone, boost testosterone, right? But Marcus Rose, what up, my man? But yeah, man, you're so funny. I hope you're having a great day. I really do, man. But for women, it's different. For us guys, like, dude, if you want, start the fasting. Work out in a fasted state, but have like 20 grams of BCAAs, 10 grams of leucine, and 5 grams of each of the other two, isoleucine and valine, right before the workout. And just go in there, go nuts, but do a lot of heavy weight too. Like, don't drop the weight until you can only get 4 reps. Like, that's really one of the biggest things, You have to really, really be working very hard. Like, struggling. But don't go in there and do something where you're only doing 2 reps and they're shitty reps. Just don't fall below 4, So try to stay there. Aim for like a 30 set day would be good. You should be able to do that in about an hour, especially when you get into the drop sets. And start eating at least 1 gram per pound of body weight of protein. And only eat things you find in nature. Do I have anything here you don't find in nature? Not a single thing. And I didn't even think about that before. I could have slipped up and got, I didn't even think about it. Fermented milk is kefir. Find milk in nature. So that's what we got for you guys. I'll see if you have any more questions, and then we'll go eat dinner. By the way, I love you guys. I gotta eat. Yeah. So let me say something that everybody should know. This is important. I work out every day until my body's so sore that there's nothing I can hit, which is almost never, because I can recover pretty quickly at this point. If you show up to the gym I go to, when I go there, I will give you a workout for free. I won't even charge you, because I don't have to change my schedule. If you want me to do online workouts and FaceTime you, it's taking time. And I need to sleep, I need to do other things. If I have to travel somewhere to train you, obviously I have to charge you. But honestly, yeah, if you come to the, unfortunately, Planet Fitness, which is so cheap and close to my house, in Stony Brook, the times when I'm going, yeah, I would at least give you exercises to do, maybe demonstrate a few of them for free. I wouldn't charge you anything. Yeah, and we could meet, Just not if you're a serial killer or something, So or a freak. But, you know, I do stuff like that, to answer your question more seriously. Not more serious, but yeah. I do everything from programs to full transformations. It's hard because I'm very busy right now. I really am. I work about 12 hours every day, 5 days a week. I'm working on making a supplement, which is coming out very soon, for naturally enhancing mental and physical performance, fully natural, which, you know, we'll talk about in the future. But I really don't have much time, you know, and with When Wellness too, I have to, you know, prepare for videos. Maybe tonight, not as much, right? Because I'm just sitting here talking. But what am I eating? Am I in Brooklyn, did you say? No, I'm not in Brooklyn. I'm out in St. James, Long Island. What am I eating? Beef, salad. Thank you guys for hopping on. Danny Cat. What's up, you guys? What up, Shell? What up, Tony? George, Spicy Fit Chick, how you doing? So many other people have come on. I'm sorry. Hey, Jonathan. Ruveni, you're asking good questions, man. I have to answer some of these. Tony Parker. Yeah. Do I have a big why as to why I maintain this lifestyle? Man, I love that question. A big why as to why I maintain this lifestyle and this level of fitness. I'm only going to be young once in my life. I want to perform the best I can. I want my body to be a machine. A machine. And also, I love sports. So I'm going to play rugby again at some point. So that's one thing I'm training for. And it just feels good to take good care of yourself. I only have one body, you know, and I'm not going to neglect it. So, you know, may neglect other things. That will never be one of them. Aside from the fact of, you know, maximizing my youthful potential. When I'm older, I'm going to be in great shape at 60. I'll be that guy doing all sorts of crazy shit, running around on the beach and doing super duper push-ups, you know. So I just love it. I really do. And I feel so good mentally, you know, knowing I'm doing the best for myself every day, man. I really do. You know, that's a lot of it. And a few other things. I want to be able to help other people. I want to be able to give to other people. And I don't have to say I really mean that. That's the truth. That's what When Wellness has been all about. I haven't made $1 on When Wellness. I've actually lost money, you know, because I've given away shirts and stuff like that for people doing workouts in the past. But, you know, and I give away a lot of my time, but I'm happy to if I know it's actually having a positive impact on other people's lives. You know, that's what it's about. Giving you the tools to independently improve your own life, because I feel I have many of those tools. I've studied a lot. I've lived through many situations. I've worked out for a long time. I've tried all sorts of diets and all sorts of things. And, you know, I finally found what works, and I want to share it with you guys. I want to help you for free. I don't need anything out of it. I'm good. I'm doing great. You know, I just want to give to you so that you can help yourselves. And that's, you know, that's what When Wellness is all about. So, you know, that's another reason that I keep myself in prime form. You know, if I want to be able to share it with other people, one, you need to take care of yourself or you'll have no love to give other people. You need to be a self-generator. It's the only way that's going to be able to be sustained, right? And two, if anybody else is ever in a bad situation, I can help, right? If I'm strong, if I'm quick, if I'm able, I can help somebody. Maybe this girl's getting attacked by someone or something, you know, and maybe my family's in trouble, who knows? But these are all things that I've thought about as to reasons, you know, why I do maintain this condition. But at the end of the day, I just feel good doing the best I can for myself and giving my best to other people. That's a lot of what it all comes back to. Let's see what else we got, guys. I gotta go eat. Please, can you accept my request? I'm so sorry. There's so many guys. I don't know. I can't accept because I've had some weird stuff happen like that. I'm sorry. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Mauro Massaval, Luis Gerardo, Jonathan, Ruben. Thank you, Jonathan. Just doing my absolute best, you know. Thank you, and I hope this has been helpful for you. I hope One Wellness has had an impact on your life. Jeremiah, Mick and Teak, Tony Parker, Danny Kip. Yeah, it is, Danny. I just talked about everything that we ate. I don't want to keep this video too long. George Alfonso, John Monica, we said John Mandela, what's up? Hunter, what's up, man? Shalem, Tone Fugari, Tony, George, Eli Williams. Yes, I am. James Costos, Ali John Curran era, PS to VRSM. And I think we got everyone. Rubio. Have a fantastic rest of your night. That's all we got for you. We got to go eat and take care of ourselves. Happy When Wellness. Enjoy your night.